So good day to you. Welcome to Mindfulness Cafe. We're here to explore different ways to bring mindfulness into wellness practices. And the last few sessions, we explored some breathwork techniques and self-awareness through self-massage. And that really brings us back into our bodies. And so today we're going to explore more about chair yoga. So if you're seated in a chair, that's great. If you're on the floor, that's fine too. I'll walk you through that. But first, I want to bring back your attention on your intention of why you showed up here today. There must be something that brought curiosity to this mindfulness cafe that Above and Beyond Cancer is providing for you. So think about that. What is it? What is your intention? What is it that you're looking for to receive more support in for your wellness? And with that in mind, also remembering that this is part of your self-care. Right, so all these techniques that we go through in this series, you can use them throughout the day, anywhere, anytime. They're simple and easy and effective practices. So we are, again, going to explore chair yoga, and also that involves bringing the breath, right? You'll notice there's kind of an underlining theme here about breathing. And that has to do with your autonomic nervous system. That's the only thing in your autonomic nervous system that you can control is your breath. And that's how you're able to switch from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system, is through the breath. And why is that important? Why do we want to bring ourselves back into the rest and digest, the parasympathetic? Well, it's because we're surrounded with so many distractions in our world and in our minds, right? And so right now, this might be a friendly reminder to turn off a device, silence your phone, put it on airplane mode, whatever device you're listening on or watching on. So that way you can be fully present. And this is how we just relax with the breath and get back into that parasympathetic nervous system through these mindfulness practices. Yeah. And what we like to do here at Above Beyond Cancer is to really measure your resting heart rate, to actually show you how these techniques can improve your wellness. And that's the easy way to do it, is through your resting heart rate. And it only takes 15 seconds. If you've done this before with me, I'm going to start a timer on my phone and for 15 seconds. But first you need to find your pulse. So we can follow from your jawline down to your windpipe here with your pointer and third finger. Find that pulse there on the side of your neck. Or if it works better for you, to find that on your wrist, right there, following along your thumb, right, along your radial artery, and find that pulse there. And so as long as you found your pulse now, we're going to count your pulse for 15 seconds and begin. And stop. Okay, so if you could put your number in the chat of what beats you counted within those 15 seconds, I should say. And that way we'll have that for after words too, because we're going to check your resting heart rate before the practice and after the practice. And to know your normal resting heart rate, it's usually about 60 to 100 beats per minute, depending on your physicality. And you can find that by multiplying that number that you just found by 4. So great. And this is also just to remind ourselves, right? What is my resting heart rate? You can even check that throughout the day to help bring yourself back into your body. It's a quick, simple, easy, effective way. Okay, well, thank you for doing that. And now we can move on to chair yoga. And first, I want to say you don't have to know anything about yoga to participate in this today. These movements are very basic and easy to perform. And it should feel like a nice stretch as you breathe with each pose. And I want to say, if you have any physical limitations, just do your best. And if anything, simply focus on your breath, okay? So, because, what's important is that it's your intention to be curious about how these practices can support you and allow yourself to, let go of those tensions as you explore here with me. So before we begin, just as we've done in the past, let's just pause here and bring yourself back to your breath. And so I invite you to look away from your device, look at a wall, out a window, soft gaze down at the floor, and just take an easy breath in and out. Maybe this is the first time you've tuned in to yourself today. So just inviting that gentle breath, feeling, where is my breath right now in my body? And see if you can just breathe in a little deeper, down into your lower lobes of your lungs. Breathing out a little bit longer through your mouth. Good. Let's do that a few more times. Breathing in and exhaling. See if you can even feel the beat of your heart right now. See if you're feeling any tensions bubbling up or feeling activated in your body as you're settling into your body. Your body's letting you know, oh, hey, I need to move my neck, or maybe a shoulder, right? Maybe a gentle twist, stretch before we begin. Just breathing with that movement. Good. And now settling back in. And we're going to start with a simple pose. So bringing your attention back to me, back to your device. And we're going to practice each of these poses for 4 rounds. And there might be one pose that can feel a little easier to you than others, and that's fine. You're just noticing how your body is responding. And that's what mindfulness is all about, isn't it? It's about being aware in the present moment without judgment. So no judging yourself on your abilities or capabilities of these poses. Just know that you are being here to, you know, set the tone for the day for your wellness, and that's enough. So the first pose is the seated hands to chest. So if you're in a chair, sit a little bit more forward in the chair so your back isn't resting, against something. And put your feet flat on the floor. If you're seated on the floor, sit a little taller and really focus on your tailbone grounding into the floor or into the cushion. And so we're going to just take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to bring your hands up in front of your chest, like a prayer position. And you can softly close your eyes or have a soft gaze down or at a wall. And I want you to just focus on your palms and breathe easy and gently. Feel the rise and fall of your chest with your palms there. See if you can feel the beating of your pulse within your palms, or your heartbeat radiating, right? That's energy, that's life force energy. And this is about setting the intention to connect with your body and let go of any expectations. We're just here to explore. And a few more breaths here, breathing in and out. Breathing in, feeling a little lighter. Breath out, letting go, sinking into the chair or your tailbone. Good. And now for the next pose, we're going to do the chair cat cow pose. And so what that looks like for those of you who are not familiar with yoga, the cow pose involves you to poke your belly out forward. So I'm just going to turn to the side here. So you're going to arch your back and you're poking your belly out forward as you're breathing in. And then and shoulders are back. And then exhaling, rounding your shoulders forward and pulling your navel into your spine and exhaling. So this is a demonstration. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Okay, so we'll do that now. So focusing on your spine, your tailbone into the cushion or the mat, feet flat on the floor, and we'll inhale with the cow pose. Really inhaling, breathing into your belly, shoulders back, chin forward, and then exhaling, rounding your shoulders, bringing your chin to your chest, exhaling. And now inhale, cow pose, belly forward, shoulders back, chin forward. Exhale, cat, rounding shoulders, bringing the navel into your spine, chin down, and cow, and cat. And one more time, inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. And now bringing yourself back to center, back to a neutral position, and just touching in. How did that feel for you? What did you notice already with that simple pose? Focusing on your breath, feeling the sensations in your body, whatever's coming up for you. And now our next pose is the mountain pose. So you again want to plant your feet flat on the floor and press slightly down into the earth. And if you are seated on a cushion or a mat, really grounding your tailbone again into the earth. Okay. And you find a tall spine. And as a demonstration with the mountain, you're going to reach your arms up to the sky, palms facing forward, and you melt your shoulders away from your ears. So you're not up like this, you're down like this. So that is the mountain pose. And inhale through the mountain. And then I'm going to add in a side stretch pose of, you see how my arm's going down? And you look up at the palm facing up. And then that's the exhale. And then inhale, mountain, exhale, the other side. Okay, so let's do that together. So up, arms up into the mountain pose. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Melt your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, dropping one arm. Exhaling, looking up at the other palm. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, dropping the other arm, looking up at the palm. And again, mountain, tall spine. Inhale. Exhale, dropping that arm away, looking up at the other palm. Inhale, reaching high to the sky, melting your shoulders away, dropping that other arm. Exhaling, gazing up. One more time. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, dropping that other arm, looking up at that palm. And now back down to neutral position, palms on your your thighs. Taking a few easy breaths here. Good. And now we're going to experience the seated hip circle. So whether, again, you're in a chair or seated on the floor, again, focusing on your tailbone, tall spine, and I want you to put your palms on your thighs. And this is really settling in. This is about you bringing yourself back to your natural breath and just being with your body in this position. Holding a soft gaze, again, at the floor, at the wall, out the window, or you can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. So root into both sit bones. And your sit bones are right there underneath your bottom. So if you want to just even put your hands underneath yourself, right? Sit on your hands and kind of rock back and forth, and you can feel those two bones right there. Those are your sit bones. So now that we've checked in and found them, again, put your hands on your thighs and natural breath. And we're going to just rotate your torso in a small circle, right? Focusing on your sit bones, feeling the sensation of them moving gently and slowly. And you do this by keeping your legs also stationary. You're just moving slowly with those sit bones. You might find an organic movement that comes up. And this is all with a natural breath. Good. And now experience rotating the other way. Yeah, if you were rotating to the right, now go to the left and vice versa. Maybe even breathing and doing like a figure 8. This is your body. And by using these practices, you're really creating a stronger foundation of support for yourself, for your wellness. Good. Just remember you're breathing naturally. Great. And now settle back in to that neutral position. And let's pause here. Again, checking in with yourself. And before we go any further, and you're in this state, this presence, let's check your resting heart rate one more time. So bringing your hands up to the side of your neck or on your wrist, finding your pulse, and begin counting. And stop. Good. And now if you could please put those in the chat, or those that are listening later on, write those numbers down on a piece of paper so you can remember or reflect on how you felt and how your body was responding with these chair poses. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this experience, this chair yoga. And you remember, you can do this anywhere, anytime. You can do it in your car, you could do it at the office, you can do it, before you go to bed. That's really good. That way you're allowing your body to just relax and release any tensions that you might be feeling. And I'm just curious, for those who are with me now, if you are willing to share your experience.
Hi, April. Thank you so much for just holding space for us today to check in with our bodies.
Hi, you're
I did
welcome,
mine yesterday.
Terry.
It felt great. It felt amazing. And yeah, I could definitely tell, especially when we did the side to sides, the leaning, I could definitely feel that in my low back and feel that one side was tighter than the other. So I'm gonna make sure that I do a little extra stretching on that side today.
Yeah, that's a good way to be more mindful. And, that's very common, that one side of our body is tighter than the other. And I found that interesting when I started yoga. It was like, oh, why is my right side a little bit more tense, holding on to things? Yeah.
Definitely. I can
Thank you,
definitely.
Terry.
Mhm.
Yeah, good to have you here.
Well, it certainly helped me really come into the present moment. That was the best part. And then my body was enjoying some of those moods, a lot of cracks when I was doing that work. So this really brought me to the present moment. And sometimes that's a challenge for me. So thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tony. I'm glad that you felt that stretch and your body released, right? That cracking, releasing that held gases in the body. How about you, Cynthia? I see that you're unmuted.
Yeah, I too felt those cracks with the mountain pose and with the sits bone. So just getting that movement and getting those vertebrae to do what they need to do to release that tension. So that was real helpful. It took me a moment that second time for my pulse, so I miscounted, I think. So I have my phone and my timer for those 15 seconds. Well, I'll redo that and then send that to you
Okay.
for the second one. Yeah.
Oh, great, Cynthia. I'm glad that you found, your body, just moving. I know you're about movement too, with what you like to do. And that brings me to remind everybody that it's all about movement. Our bodies were kind of stagnant We're seated in one position for hours. And so we're meant to move. We have ligaments, we have joints. You know, this is when our body is the most happiest and alive, right? You feel when you're outside, when you're moving, you're walking, dancing. You don't have to do just yoga. It can be any type of movement. Even the breathing is movement because it's getting the fluids moving through your body. It's getting that energy into your cells, into your muscles and your tissues, into your brain. So that way you don't have the brain fog. So yeah, that's what it's all about is movement. And above and beyond cancer, I just need to show off my shirt. I have my shirt on today. So above and beyond cancer is about a movement for community, not just people who are going through the challenges of cancer. It's about bringing awareness to wellness practices for everyone. So whether it is friends, family, because you know we've all been touched by cancer. I have. And this is why I love to support Above and Beyond Cancer. So check out their website. They have some great events happening. You can donate there, and you can also check out their calendar of free services for anyone. And if anybody knows anyone who might be, you know, going through those challenging experiences of cancer, or you know the remission process, please share this with them too. It's all about expanding wellness, and that's what I'm about, right? I really want to get this globally, because we're all connected. We're all connected in here today, connecting with you. So thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next time, and keep living with intention. Be well.